Guys, welcome back to Kali J's Kitchen. In today's video, I'll take you guys in the kitchen with me and I'll show you how to prepare this amazing cornmeal pudding. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on your post notification bell so you guys can always be notified whenever I upload a new video. Go ahead and tell your friends, tell your family members about Kali J's Kitchen and have them subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram, it's KaliKitchen_1, and also on Facebook, it's Kali J's Kitchen. So to a pot, I'm going to go in with my 2 cups of brown sugar. As you can see, I added some water and this is roughly about 1 cup of water. All right, so I'm gonna go in with my coconut milk and this is about 3 cups of coconut milk that I'm using, but as you can see, I didn't add all of this coconut milk. I just add roughly about 2.5 cup. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and whisk everything together nicely. You always want to ensure that your sugar is dissolved properly. I also went in with my salt, and while I'm doing all of this, please note that my stove is turned on and I turn it down on the lowest heat. All right, I'm also gonna go in with my butter and also with all of my nice spices for this. All right, so of course I'm gonna add my vanilla flavoring, and guys, they do have the mixed spice liquid on the market. You guys can always go ahead and just add a little to this, but if you have the powdered mixed spice, you can always use it instead of the liquid. All right, whichever one you have at home. All right, so I'm adding my cinnamon powder to this. If you guys have the cinnamon stick that you want to use, you can always go ahead and just let it come to a boil and then you remove it once you're going to add the cornmeal. All right, so I'm going to go in with my mixed spice, and as I said earlier, they do have the mixed spice liquid. You guys can always go ahead and use that one also. All right, and of course I'm going to add my nutmeg. And guys, all of these ingredients that I'm using today, you can get them at your local supermarket or grocery store. Guys, remember to be creative. Remember to be you in the kitchen and just utilize whatever you have at home. All right, so at this stage, I'm going to go in and add my coconut milk powder also. I want my pudding to have a nice flavor and a nice taste, hence the reason for adding this coconut milk powder. All right, also as you can see, I added some mixed fruits to this. I had this mixed fruit from last Christmas, and for me, I don't like the raisin in my pudding, but once it is blended, then I think it's better for me. But if you guys don't want to add the mixed fruits but you want to go ahead and add the raisin, you can always go ahead and do so. All right, and guys, just to note, my mixed fruits, I blended with my rum and also with my fruit wine already. All right, so we just want this to come to a boil nicely, and also I'm gonna add some more rum to this. All right, just to enhance the taste and the flavor of my pudding, but you guys don't have to add the rum. All right, the rum is optional. All right, so I also have my cornmeal, and this is about 1.5 cup of cornmeal that I'm going to add to this. And as you can see, while I'm adding the cornmeal, I just go ahead and mix. All right, you don't want it to be too lumpy, so just go ahead and mix and make sure that your stove is turned down on the lowest heat possible. All right, and remember guys that the cornmeal tend to swell. All right, so make sure that you continue to just combine everything together nicely because you don't want any lumps. All right, please note that while I'm doing this, I also preheat my oven at 250 degrees, and I'm gonna bake this for roughly about an hour to an hour and about 10 minutes or so. All right, so as you can see, I'm just going to go in with my coconut flakes, and as I'm doing that, I'm just going to continue to just combine everything together nicely. All right, guys. Also, guys, the coconut milk that I had left over, I'm going to add it to this also. All right, and combine it together nicely. And I also have some warm water that I'm going to add to this. All right. So at this stage, I'm going to add the warm water and just combine it nicely together. All right. Until it is looking like all creamy and nice. And please note that it is also cooking. All right. So I turn on my stove on low heat. And while I'm doing this, the cornmeal is still cooking. All right. So I went ahead and just add some butter to my baking pan, and I also added some of my flour. Just dust it with some flour so that you can get that nice little crust. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna add some of the cornmeal pudding mixture to this nice baking pan, and then I'm gonna put it in the stove. All right. I also had some additional mixture leave. So what I did, I just went ahead and just also grease my Pyrex dish with the butter and just dust it with the flour, and then I'm gonna bake it. All right. So I'm gonna show you guys shortly what it looks like once it comes out of the oven. All right. So guys, this is what it looks like. So it's baking. So this was roughly after about 50 minutes in the oven. And as you can see, I also have some more coconut milk and some butter, and I also added some of my vanilla flavoring and a small amount of sugar. Combine all of that together, and I'm gonna add it on top of the pudding, and this will help you to get that nice mushy look on your pudding. So if you see pudding and you see that nice little mushy thing, this is what they add on top of their pudding. All right, so I'm gonna leave all of the measurement in the description box, so you guys can always go ahead and just check that out and make sure to just follow along. All right, so once again, this is some coconut milk, and I also added some brown sugar, and I also added some butter and some of my vanilla flavoring to this, and this is what I'm going to add on top and put it back in the oven. All right. Alright guys, so this is what my pudding looks like. So it started to cut already. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to allow it to just cool some more. My family cut it, and then I'm going to serve it up and show you guys the final product. Alright. So guys, this is the final product of my cornmeal pudding. I hope you guys enjoy today's recipe. Remember to check this description box, guys, for all of this recipe and the ingredients and all of that goodness. Remember to subscribe to my channel, and remember to turn on your post notification bell. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys tomorrow for another awesome recipe. Once again guys, thank you, and see you all.